Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix. And so this is another viewer question tarot reading. Like I said before, I don't mind questions in the comment section and things like that. So here we are. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Okay, so for this particular viewer, because I did a viewer question tarot yesterday for another viewer that had a question. And again, thank you to all of the viewers and the listeners for supporting the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I appreciate you more than you know. For this viewer, you were asking about friendships. Who should you keep in your friend circles and who should you possibly get rid of and all of that stuff. And you didn't want to come across rude while doing it. And really you're trying to figure out what's what. I will explain to you what I explained to the other viewer. When I do any of my tarot readings, I go to what deck I'm drawn to. What deck, calls out to me. This deck, the Good Tarot. This was the deck that called out to me. It was like, use this deck. And I'm like, okay, fine. We'll use this deck. Also, the Karma cards. Too. Something said use the Karma cards. So here we are. It's interesting because I haven't used the Good Tarot deck in a while, actually. And this is the one I was using. When I pulled out the cards, at the bottom of the deck was the Three of Water, which is the Three of Cups, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Cancer energy specifically. With the Three of Cups, or Three of Water in this deck, that is about celebration. That is about gathering. That is about friendships. It's kind of funny because something said, look under that card. The Three of Earth, which is the Three of Pentacles. This is also about groups. So we have 3-3. If you get a chance, look up on the internet master number 3-3 and do that. Where, and that sort of explains the energy that you're in, where you want to be considerate of other people. At the same time, you are looking to accomplish goals because you're attempting to build something. The Two of Wands was under the Three of Pentacles. So, and of course, Two of Wands is about making choices. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then, of course, Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. Two of Wands is about making a choice. Also, Two of Wands is about planning for the long term. Doing what you need to do and making the right choice so your ships will come in. Three of Wands. And you'll have that. That's the energy that you're in. With this reading, like I said, as I always say with all the readings, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading the energy and the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. I will take some karma cards for you, and then we will get into the tarot cards. All right. May I have the energy for the viewer with the question? May I have the energy for the viewer with the question? May I have the energy for the viewer with the question? What is it that the viewer needs to hear? What is it that the viewer needs to hear? What is it that the viewer needs to hear? Energy for the viewer with the question. Energy for the viewer with the question. May I have some cards, please? And this did not want to go back in. Okay. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. May I have another card, please? Thank you. Wow. Okay. What's at the bottom of the deck? There's the reason that you're feeling like this is because there's some major changes going on in your life. You already know there's major changes going on in your life. I'm trying to think. I need the words, please. Because I know it's a jumble of information in my head right now. I'm just looking how to deliver the message. Because I know the message I want to convey. I need the words. Is what it is. Okay. Got you. Thank you. Good example. All right. You know how, let's say you lived in an apartment and the furniture you had in the apartment was cute. But now you're moving into a mansion. You're not going to take the white refrigerator, Nene Leaks, and put it in the mansion. You're going to have a Sub-Zero stainless steel, whatever refrigerator, because you're not going to take the white refrigerator. You're going to be like, nope, that's got to go. The same thing with certain beds. If you got something from IKEA, no shade to IKEA. IKEA makes great things. I bought stuff from IKEA. I'm just saying. You may not want to take some of the IKEA furniture and put it into the mansion. You may want to go somewhere else where the furniture is of a different quality or of a different standard. That is kind of the energy that I'm picking up for you and that you are picking up for yourself. You already know, you're already intuitive, because that's something, especially with this 33 here, I already feel that you're an intuitive person. You've already started to pick up, hey, some things are changing in my life. I need to make sure I change along with it. I can't take my old habits or old things into this new life that is changing, that is in the midst of changing right now. I bring that up because the card that came out for karma was Jupiter. And it says, be positive about, learn or teach, grow and expand, which that's what Jupiter is. Jupiter is about growth and expansion. And also with Jupiter coming out, maybe there is something that will be happening in the new moon in Sagittarius. So probably at the end of November or beginning of December. Or this light switch that flipped on where you're like, okay, what do I do? It happened previously in the full moon in Sagittarius. The full moon in Sagittarius, which you may want to check out my reading, because I did do a full moon in Sagittarius reading for the collective. The full moon in Sagittarius was last month, because we're at full moon in Capricorn this month. So yeah, the full moon in Sagittarius was the middle of June. So maybe you have been feeling like this or started feeling like this more in the middle of June because of the full moon in Sagittarius, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So that may have kick-started something in you. Now, also, the other card that came out is the 8th house here. And it says, personal power, the mysteries of life, and major change. Expansion with Jupiter is definitely about major change. Now, Jupiter is going retrograde. I want to say like the last week of July, Jupiter will be going retrograde. But with this expansion, with this major change, I feel with this 3 of Earth, there may have been some type of change at your job, or there will be some type of change at your job that will lead you to more money or more stability is what it will lead to. Also recognition, because Three of Pentacles can be about recognition for the work that you do, which is something to celebrate about. The question is, who do you want to celebrate with? And that's what you are looking to discern. I really feel there is a change in your career that is coming if it has not already happened. With Jupiter here, with a major change, and then the third card to come out is your 10th house. It says your destiny, where you are going, your career. Again, I really feel that you are aware of the changes that are happening with you. You just don't know how to remove the things that will not serve you in this change. I can tell you that usually if you just do what you do and focus on what you need to focus on, the universe will remove everything for you more times than not. You can gracefully bow out of a friendship. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. You can just not give it as much energy and then see what happens. Now, something did say to me in regards to your friendships that you might be surprised, and I mentioned this in one of the daily readings, where you may be under the impression that someone isn't, how can I phrase this? Someone is more on your team than you realize, but you'll have to let actions and time reveal what that situation is. It isn't something that can really be told in tarot. It's something that can only be experienced in life. And that is when you have to go by your intuition, where you're watching a person's actions. And also, again, like your spidey sense, what is it telling you when it comes to dealing with a certain person or certain people with that. But I really feel that there's a major change in your career. You actually might even be changing careers, like professions, or considering it, where you want to go into something else that you have more passion about. If not, then there may be a promotion on the horizon for you. But I know there's definitely a career-related change happening for you because all of these cards are pointing to this. Something just said to me that you may find yourself being recognized for a talent that you don't even realize is a talent. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Let me go ahead and take a few tarot cards and see what else we get. May I have the energy for the viewers, question. Energy for the viewers' question. Energy for the viewers' question. What is the energy for the viewer who asked the question? What is the energy? There's going to be a message. There's going to be an offer. It's kind of funny. For the other viewer that I did this, they had Knight of Cups is what they received, which is receiving an offer. They got the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice card at the same time that came out. I feel like there will be an offer that's going to be made to you too, as well. Because splitting the deck with the Messenger of Water could be from a water sign. Doesn't have to be. And I'm splitting the deck now. What's at the bottom of the deck? Hierophant. Yeah, there's some type of commitment. And obviously this is Taurus energy. There's some type of commitment. Maybe you're committing to something, some official offer. It could be something in government or school, hospital, what have you. Some institution. Maybe you want to become a teacher. Maybe you want to work in the hospital. Trying to think what else. Two. Please don't work for the IRS. So yeah, but there's some type of official offer that will be coming in. And I feel you might already sense this. Maybe it's already happened. And you know that you can't deal with certain people. Also, something just said to me that something may require a background check as well. That might be why you're kind of funny about who you're dealing with, too. Because something might require a background check. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. May I have some cards, please? Thank you. These really jumped out. Yeah, work. I honestly feel like you're starting a new job. Because 8 of Pentacles came out, which is 8 of Earth in this deck. And then the Fool card came out. Again, I really feel this is surrounding work, is what this is. If you have not started this job already, don't be surprised if you have a job change. Full energy, which is Aquarius energy, Aries energy too. But definitely 8 of Pentacles. Going back to what I said before, with being recognized for something and then an offer coming in, because 8 of Pentacles plus the 3 of Pentacles is the Ace of Pentacles. So I really feel there's an offer coming in. And maybe you intuitively know it, that there's an offer coming in, if it hasn't already. It's kind of interesting that this is a violin. Maybe it's something related to the music industry as well. So throwing that out there. May I have some more cards? And at the bottom of the deck is the 9 of Pentacles. Something that's giving you stability. It's just, you know that the lifestyle that you are in the process of building and living, certain friendships won't be an option, which is why you're going to have your guard up. 9 of Fire. Certain people won't be able to sit with you because you're in that 9 of Pentacles energy. It's just you're feeling guilty. You're feeling guilty about it. Or you may, once everything starts to really once everything starts to roll and things really get going, I honestly feel there's some type of guilt that you feel about it, like your success. It may be a thing for some of the friends that you're dealing with, they're making X amount of dollars and now you're making X amount of dollars, and you see that you are progressing in life, but you're noticing some of your friends are still stagnant. And it doesn't mean that you think that you're better than them. That's not it. It's just the energy. It's like you're going forward and the energy from you being with them is attempting to pull you back. And you don't want to go back. You don't want to stay in stagnation. You want to continue moving forward. You want to continue with the momentum. Hence the 9 of Fire. At the bottom of the deck is the Star. You're going to be recognized for something. This is Aquarius energy, is what this is. And there's a wish that you may have. There is some type of recognition that you will receive. I'm not saying that you're about to be on the cover of Vogue or anything like that. What I am saying is that whatever circles or whatever work that you do or something, they're going to recognize it. If you work at Pizza Hut, you know, they're going to be like, you really have come to work on time every day of the week. You do everything right with these pizzas. It's like it's perfection. And I'm just using that as an example. Something that you do is going to bring you recognition. Again, when I say bring you recognition, I'm not necessarily talking about, oh, we're going to read about you on the blogs and on other parts of the internet and you're going to be on the covers of magazines and things like that. There are people who are highly recognized and highly respected in their industries that we have never heard of. I remember Steve Harvey was talking about a man that all he does is cuts grass. That's all he does. He's a landscaper. And he's very, very good at it. And he makes, I think Steve Harvey said, I think it was $3 million a year or something like that. But I've never heard of the guy, and probably you've never heard of the guy either, but he makes $3 million a year because for the people who know of him, he's a star. He's recognized because he's great at his craft. I feel that that is going to be the case with you. There is something you're really great at, and you will be recognized for it. The thing is that the energies around you, those friendships, you're trying to figure out, okay, should they partake in your recognition? Because again, whoever's around you, they're gonna pull from that energy as well. Do these people need to be part of my life? That is where you are at. I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you that the universe usually does what it needs to do. 3G frequency. Grateful, gracious, graceful. Be grateful for the recognition. Be gracious when people recognize you. So we can gracious under the humble umbrella. If you want to be humble, sometimes you got to pop your collar. And then be graceful with how you deal with people while you are in this star power energy as well. Now, with this 9 of Wands, 9 of Fire, you can block people gracefully. You can keep people from having access from you gracefully. You can do that. It's doable. But it's up to you on if and how you want to do it. But this is a major, major change for you in your career. If it hasn't happened, it's happening. It's definitely happening. So, I don't know what I want to title this. I think I'm going to title this Old Life versus New Life. Do you want to take, and that's kind of what was going on in the quick 3 today, where somebody in a relationship who was in a relationship with that person had moved on, but the past wanted to be part of the future. It wasn't possible, at least in the energy that I was reading for that today. For you, I feel like it's old life versus new life. Do you want to carry all the things of your old life into your new life? Or do you want to carry some of the things? Or do you want to carry none of the things? But it becomes a question of what do you want? If you carry all of the things from your old life into your new life, is it really your new life? Or are you just in your old life with some new things? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.